Welcome to today's show. Finding union for you together. Divine Mother and me. That is the show of today. So we'll be talking about union and that we're going to find that together for you. You don't need to do it alone. Maybe you're not even supposed to feel it, yet feel it and find it alone. Yeah, let's do a reading together about, are you indeed not supposed to find it alone? And why is that? And what does Divine Mother have to say about that? And I'm just going into that topic myself, completely open, with an open heart. And I selected all these oracle card decks here next to me on the desk. And I will be getting them out as guided to speak together about together finding your union. Answer a heart for your desire for union. Answer a flame for the consciousness state of harmonious union that it is all about for you to desire to reach it. Put the flame in a comment under this video. It helps you attract it. And we can bring you there in that consciousness state. So don't you worry. As long as you come to the true work and guidance behind the screen of YouTube, you will be able to go there real soon. I promise. As a teacher, I stand for and do the work of Divine Mother on earth, being her priestess of union. This makes it possible to provide you with a relationship in which you can safely find your true union and develop and sustain your union consciousness. Today on the show, we have Finding Union for You together. Well, I already explained a little bit about what that means and what we're going to do. So there you go. Let me know in the chat where you are watching from and add a heart for union and a flame for union consciousness. We already went there. So that was a bit double, but better twice than none at all. So let's see. Let's maybe ask for a card from Divine Mother that will maybe like clarify this question that we're having, this position. Okay, and I just look in the direction of all my prepared cards and I immediately see the dragon cards. So I think they have to say something. The dragon fae cards. So these are like the energies of the dragons that are at this moment unmanifest maybe, but they're certainly here nevertheless, and they can help you, and they just work on certain fields that we are working on and can assist you in that. Well, I'm just going to take that first one that sticks out because that seems right. I already pre-shuffled all my decks, but yeah. Wu Wang, a wild, pure heart. Look at the colors of this card. With like a sort of an elf, and on the head of the dragon fae. Pink with yellow. And I have to admit that I'm sort of wearing these colors as well. So I guess this is really intertwined with my presence in this video for you. A wild, pure heart. So that's where we need to come from in this whole endeavor of finding union together for you. And it's not that you don't have it or that would not be accessible for you. But I guess that this wild, pure heart that is present all the time at the background of our being is better accessible when we do it together. because it's the wild nature of being in relationship with the all, with the universe, with God, with the divine. That's where we meet. That's where we work together. Already, just like that, without words. But we can enhance that by actually doing that. And it's true that our relationship makes it much more doable to go to the true twin flame, to reach into that place filled with divine love, to have that presence, that universal presence in divine love that we are as twin flames in union, all of us, come forward as the reality that we're choosing so that we can live it and manifest it. And together, that is much more doable and more powerful and more present. And it's not because I say that or because I need to use you or something. That's all nonsense. That's how I got my union too, my union consciousness state that clicked in for me and never left me because I chose to keep on moving forward with it. That's the harmonious union consciousness that is here for twin flames so that they can have everything that it promises indeed. That's what you need to reach. But for me, that was together too. It was not alone at all. Without those that were there, it was not possible for me to get there and to keep it and to move forward with it. I found it in the booklet. Wu Wang says, in ancient times, people said that those people that were pure were able to have connections with the essence of things as themselves. That the virgin could come into connection with the unicorn, that the child could see the meaning and motivation of God Himself, that the Fae could look into your heart directly. And when they saw that it was corrupt, they would never appear to you again. I am here, says Wu Wang, the dragon Fae, to say that your pure, wild heart is innocent. It is that you have forgotten how to see us. And people have told you that you need to be perfect to see us, the dragon Fae. And that you, when you want to see us, must be crazy, impure, and broken. I am here to tell you that we are showing ourselves to the ones that have looked into their hearts, past their bounds. Because there is a wild, free heart space past your wounds that is still innocent. And in that space, we can collide together, connect together, relate together. And that is where and why we will be seen again, the dragon Fae. You are not wrong or sinful in this world. There may be karmic wounds, but you are not a sinner. You're not corrupt or unworthy. Cherish what is wild and pure and good, and we will be able to manifest again. You will feel us in the wind, in the water, and see us in the fire and in the voices that come from the heart, from our mother, the earth. You are a child of the mother. Call her what you want. In essence, you are one of the wild ones. And that is my message for you today. Wu Wang will help you to return to this state of being where you are past your wounds in that free space in your true heart, where we are already connected. And you might see the miracles of life, among which the existence of the dragon fae, among which also the organic structure of reality, being that you are a twin flame to connected with your true twin flame, and everybody is. And those twin flames are connected with each other in circles of soul families. And these are all together rays of light coming from source directly. That's the structure of life. And you will start to see that again when you make a connection with that space where we can meet, where we are still pure, and where we naturally relate. To be that, to be that one in union, to be the fact that we are already in union in truth with our true twin flames always. In truth, we have never left, but you need to genuinely go to that place in the heart beyond your wounds and move there and stay there, stick with it. That's where the dragon fae will also meet you. How great. So that's why they can help us to get there. That's why they can help us to feel that connection in union. And that then is why Divine Mother and me tell you today that finding your union is something that we do together, because it comes from and lies in that place in the heart beyond your wounds, where we are already fully connected and we are the twin flame in union. And that is reachable because we all are there already, and that's what we share. That's the only true thing we share, that we are twin flames in union already. So if you share with your teacher in that place, that easily calls in the true twin flame for you, because you meet me at a place inside of yourself where that is already taken place, where that is already a reality. Stay pure and wild and innocent. Every day, spend a part of your daily life to develop this pure, wild side of you. Try not to manipulate the result of everything and project all kinds of results. Know that innocence also means that you did not always know all these things, but that's okay, because no matter if you did or not, it's still already true. Here, a communication with the magical web of life naturally happens, like with unicorns, centaurs, dragon fae, dryads, and other beings of the inner world that we may have never seen with our outside eyes, just like your true twin flame. Oh, love that. Thank you so much, Dragonfey. Yeah, I feel that. There's a dryad that I also work with that lives here. Well, isn't that nice? So that one is also activated through it. When we talk about doing a reading with Divine Mother, we actually mean something outside of this world and inside the essence of the pure source where twin flames are born. But when we look into the realm of the world, of the earth, then she is represented by the earth and by all these beautiful beings. Yeah. Beautiful. So we're just going to move on to maybe clarify that with another mythical, magical realm of the Egyptian cards. So let's see. So these are sticking out. We're just going to take them all. There are 4 cards. Just as curious as you are. So here we go. Uraeus. That is the cobra on top of his head. There are 2, left and right. And it is erected on the sun disk. And the Egyptians had the sun disk as God. And that's, of course, union. It is. It is a fact that only now in the history of man, it becomes really available for anyone earlier in the journey and early in their physical life, perhaps too, to be together with their true twin flame and live their daily lives together, really be partners in every aspect of life. That's beautiful. And it is born from, well, that sun disk, it's born from Source itself. But the connection with the sun disk, with Source itself, is as old as time, of course. And there have always been sources that knew that we're at that plane actually a union in the sense of 2 twin flames in one unit for the very, very, very most people. Not necessarily literally all of them. There are some exceptions, but that's definitely not you. In general, I had a student that had both the divine feminine and the divine masculine aspects of their union unit manifest in this lifetime in one body. It's always good that I had in my many, many years of learning experiences these kinds of very, very rare exceptions in my students, because that's, it just contributes to the richness of what I can pass on and how I pass it on, and all of these things. But in general, that's not going to be you. That's really, really, really rare. There are also very rare other exceptions, but let's reserve talking about that for another time. Trust your perceptions. You are seeing it correctly. You will clearly see how your surroundings is always a mirror of yourself. Meditation idea. Activate your third eye with your intention and trust what you are perceiving. Well, this just feels very much like an acknowledgement of what we have been talking about until this moment in our life together, about how finding union is actually easier together, is actually per definition meant to be discovered together for you, because it comes from the place of the sun disk that the Uraeus comes from, like 2 Urauses, or I don't know how we would say the plural. It's like the divine masculine and divine feminine coming from that one union consciousness, right? When we are connected to that union consciousness, we are, you and me, that is the only place where we do meet, where we are already together in truth. We just have to find that place together. And when we find that place together, you and me, we can relate there, we can connect there, truly connect, truly relate. And that is also the place where your true twin flame will come forward to be manifest in your life, because that's natural there. So, more acknowledgement of that we were on the right track with what we were talking about, and that this is the truth. And that when we meet there, we can also start seeing that that is indeed so. We can start discerning with our inner eye, with our third eye, what the truth is right there. And that's the whole point. And it is, again, in a spiritual atmosphere where we do share. It's, again, the only place we truly share. That is, again, universal. So it makes it easy to find your true twin flame, and also, like, so not the false one, right? Not the false one. Because also, like, you may like the false twin flame. You really may. Oh, yeah. You may think that they also awakened so many good things inside of you. But the false twin flame does not open the door towards your abundance, towards your soulful energy, and also resources and money and relationships and mission that belong to you. It just doesn't open that door. And you're still alone on that essential, deeper level. Even though the false twin flame may awaken things in you that you needed to learn anyway. But you're still not sharing that. You see, that's the same idea. It comes from, we're together in that sun disk space, but not with our false twin flame, even though they may awaken you to a pathway towards that inner space. You're not sharing it literally with that false twin flame, even though they may awaken you to carve out that path for you more deliberately, make you learn more lessons. And we can be grateful for that. But it's not the true twin flame when it's not the true twin flame. And that's not necessarily a problem. It just means that when you have that and you're some sort of stuck with that, or you might be disappointed that it's not them, or whatever your case is, trust God and know that the true one is still out there for you. And you will find them easily when you keep on being in relationship with the teacher that's already there in that place inside of yourself, where you are already in union. It's a crucial time when you go from the false one to the true one. It's really a beautiful time that is so, like, filled with value. It's a beautiful time. So at that time, especially, don't throw yourself away, but keep on moving forward on the hand of the one that is together with you there in that consciousness space. And you will reach the true thing. And then everything will be clarified for you why I talk about the false twin flame, because the true ones, that's really, really, really another deal. That touches you on a much, much, much more fundamental level, like incredibly much more fundamental. Like, it is, there's no comparison. No comparison. Anyway, the next card of the 4 that I got from the Egyptian deck, Nephthys. The part of you that is incarnated. All right. tune to your subconscious. It gives you insight. You will get to clarity about reality. Okay. Idea for an exercise. Research the deeper meaning of the signals of your body. Like the body is the incarnated part of you, right? You and your twin flame meeting each other on earth and connecting with each other, starting an actual relationship together, and maybe a marriage and a family and a mission business is the incarnated part of your union. That is all anchored in when it is the true twin flame, and only when it is the true twin flame, and when it is in harmonious union, the consciousness consciousness state, anchored into the truth of what you are, let's say in the invisible space. And the incarnated space where you and your twin flame meet and relate and make love and have dates is the incarnated part of that. That is like steered from and like led from that invisible spot, right? And that incarnated part is always a great mirror. And that's also why we do the key exercise for twin flames, for the twin flame inner work that everyone needs. There's no one exempt of that, so that's just maybe good to know. That's why in that twin flame inner work of the key exercise helped with the 9-point energy system and all the other work that I represent behind the screen of YouTube, right? When you get really into the work that I represent, there's a lot of it and it will all help you. That's where you will see, especially also in that key exercise, but also in the 9-point energy system, in all of it, you will see that it works a lot with that this body, the incarnated part, the manifested part, your twin flame in the manifested part as the high point of it, but also everything and everyone else, the whole world is a mirror. It's a mirror of how you are attuned in the invisible core of things. And you might say, yeah, so my twin flame left me and I don't like it. And they did and they did that and they don't talk back anymore. And they blocked me on their phone. So that's all a mirror. And the twin flame is the biggest mirror of them all. But actually, like your neighbor and your neighborhood and your city and the weather, everything can be a mirror. Also, especially on the twin flame journey, that you can use for the inner work to in the inner layer overcome it so that it completely transforms into something else, which it will. I promise you that. That's the whole point of doing twin flame inner work. And we do that, and I talk about it all the time because it really works. Truly. It's not a pipe dream. So even signals in your body can be the mirror that you need to transform that situation. Or how your false twin flame behaves can be it as well. And how you react to that. And it can be like, I feel like my belly is not relaxed. And what does that tell you? Which can be a similar thing. It's more like the biggest mirror of them all is the true twin flame. Like they are still at a distance or something. That's the biggest mirror of them all. Also, when you don't necessarily believe that that is true. Like, yeah. So this is my true twin flame, and they're like a little bit at a distance still, but I'm not at a distance from myself, Petra. Come on. I am not at a distance from myself. I just told you I'm not. But when the twin flame is, you are. And I mean, the only fitting reaction to that from me and from your fellow students in the community is just compassion and understanding and love, until you open to receive that love so that it will be healed. First on the inside, oh, now I do feel closer to myself. And then on the outside, oh, now my twin flame does come closer to me. Okay. It was right after all. That's what happens all the time. Let's look at another card that came out with the 4 Egyptian cards. Sorry, I'm just, translating this on the fly for you. So, from the Dutch, my mother tongue. Desert. It's an area full of dryness. And it's also a metaphor of exhausted emotions. Research what kind of Fata Morgana you are holding on to. So, what kind of illusion you are holding on to. Something or someone is holding you back from growth, and they will disappear out of your life now. Idea for an exercise: write down what doesn't serve you anymore and offer it to the fire of transformation. Well, when we are in the world of the false twin flame, the body's resistance, the unconscious blocks to your union that you're not even aware of, the incarnated part of you without making connection with the union consciousness that is not established safely inside of you yet in harmonious union, the consciousness state. We are actually in the desert of our spiritual life, which is our actual life. So in our life. And we will always find that we need to travel through the desert to get to the juiciness of union that is eternally flowing, eternally loving, and eternally shared with your true twin flame, but also with everybody else that has the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union and is with their true twin flame. That will fall together. I promise you that. These are your new friends that await you there. Because we share that space, and that's why finding your union is done together. There's no other way. Our relationship between you and me is how union comes to everyone. There's no other way. It doesn't exist. Many people want things that don't exist. Did you know that? They come to me, they want to be with your true twin flame in union. But in that legit question, they have all kinds of assumptions that are just illusions that just don't exist. And I mean, the twin flame inner work is here to become conscious of those things and let them go. And one of them is that they want to do it alone. And that doesn't exist. It just genuinely doesn't. Because the definition of twin flame union is that this is the only place where we share the space. Realistically, in the heart, you and me. Anyone that is a true twin flame in the harmonious union consciousness state that has arrived, you're just joining them. You're joining them there. That is the work. You do the inner work under guidance of a true teacher, in the arms of a true community, until you can join there with your true twin flame in union, which is at the same time with your soul family, with the other people that are also in union and are conscious of it and that are in harmonious union, the consciousness state, and they're standing there welcoming you. That's the only thing that exists. Everything else is not it. It's just such a revelation for people. Well, you will experience this. I mean, it's not a story, it's just the truth. And it's just like, this is a guarantee, because nothing else exists except just nonsense and not a thing and just illusions and fantasies. And these things could be perhaps said to exist, quote unquote, if you can say that an illusion exists, if you could say that. But the true thing is this, and that's the only thing that exists for twin flames. That's where it's made come true. Nothing else exists. So you will, maybe you don't experience it yet. It sounds like, well, it's a good story of Petra today, on this Saturday. Well, sounds like a good story. Sounds like theory. Yeah, until you experience it yourself. Because I promise you, you will. There's no other thing to be gotten. Apophis. The fear that you have suppressed to the shadowland. Look at his hair or something, that is like cutting the head of the snake off. Interesting. Research what you haven't accepted yet from yourself and why. You are being confronted with a fear that was being taught to you, or that is instinctive. Meditation, look your fear right in the eyes and uncover its power. Well, we certainly need to become conscious of our fears so that we can surpass them, so that we can know that that is not it, and we can step beyond our wounds in the pure, spacious area in our heart that is union and union consciousness that already exists. We sort of step past the fear. And this fear will always surround you when you make that leap, because we all started this life as often very materialistically oriented people, which is natural and normal. There's nothing wrong with it. But when you start to place your source in your divine, sacred background instead of your body, materialistic background, you step beyond your fear and you can be with your true twin flame in harmonious union. All right. Awesome. So let's see. This is going to be a card deck of Mary Magdalene. And the card is love. It's love that we are finding union together. It's the place where we share. It's love. That's what that is. First, we step into love, and then everything will be added onto you there. Your true twin flame, being in union with them, building a relationship with them, finding your true mission, becoming active in it, calling in your true abundance through that as well. Your resources, your relationships, your energy, your money. And Divine Mother wants to show herself as Our Lady of Nourishment. That'll nourish you. That's what truly nourishes you. Do you hunger, my child, for love, for security, for knowing that all will be well? Do you hunger for food, for possessions, for relationships, for opportunities to be free in the world and make your mark? Do you hunger, my child, for feelings of tenderness, appreciation, and acknowledgement? Let me fulfill that hunger now. Through the divine presence and the bounty that it brings, let me fulfill that hunger that you may know fullness, not only fed by the spiritual worlds, but nourished through the lights in your precious life, in this physical world through which you are approaching your spiritual enlightenment. The Divine Abundance Oracle cards. I will publish all the card decks that I use and also where you can learn more about them or even buy them on my Patreon. You can become a Patreon member by clicking the link that I leave below in the description box, or by going to patreon.com/pej@creativeuniverse. And I would recommend getting the second tier because I give amazing deals for people that get the second tier. And you really want them. I promise you that. Divine Source, help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. The mission cards, flowers. So that you will open like a flower. So that the fruit can develop as well. You know, with a plant, you first have the roots and then it starts to grow into a stem and leaves, and then the flower comes. As this crown. But then, after the flower comes the fruit. And true spiritual work is able to be recognized by experiencing good fruit. It's the same with twin flames. When you are with your true twin flame and harmonious union consciousness state, you will truly feel good. That's the fruit. Your life will be just generously blooming open and be loving. That's just genuinely what will happen. It's not a dream. You will genuinely feel happy and healthy. You'll become healthy as well. It's not far-fetched. It's really true. You'll become wealthy as well. It's really the case. If not, something's up and you might not have it, even though your ego would like to believe it. So, let's see. Oh, and these are the angels of abundance. So let's see. Ooh, this one was jumping, so let's get it. It's safe for you to receive. You need to learn to receive on this journey. Many people need to learn that from scratch. Only then those fruits can come to you even, right? The more you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have available to share with others. Open your arms to receive and be a conduit for good coming to you and through you as it blesses the world. Crucial, learning to receive. That's really like the whole deal almost. That's really like the whole point. You need to learn to receive. Receive lessons, receive love, receive your true twin flame, receive the relationship with the teacher, receive your fellow students, receive relationship, receive source flow that flows through the core of your union in a never-ending movement of receiving more, receiving more, receiving more. That's what you need to do. Okay, so now I am having the Native American card deck here in my hands. And I said, the flow that moves through you more and more. And on one of these movements, I just did it right below the screen. This one just flew out. So let's have a look which one that is. Taikomol, the god of rain, gestation. Taikomol was, once upon a time, a creator god who was called he who sewed up the world. He arose from foam, from water, the only thing that existed. For the Californian Yuki, Taikomol was he who walks alone. And so he created the world. After creating the world, including humans and giving them language, he ascended to the skies and lives as an old wayfarer, a pilgrim of the heavens, detached from the lives of humans. When it rains, whenever life is nurtured and brought forth, we are reminded of his great gifts. Let the waters of your heart burst forth and nourish the world around you. Give with no expectation of repayment. Gestation, solitude, fertility, tears, cleansing, healing. Well, speaks for itself, I guess. So for a little bit more blooming power, we go to the Oracle of the Roses. Let's see. Let's get this one. Holy waters. Didn't we just talk about that? Nourishment, adding to something. Health, rest, taking care of yourself. Isn't that beautiful? The holy waters. So what holds us back to step into that and let it refresh us. Let's look into the classical tarot with the images of the medieval paintings. Oh, well, I saw this one, so let's get that, and this one flew out, so let's get that one too. So I hope that we're gonna see something in these two cards that show us what holds us back from nourishing ourselves. Well, we can't receive the lovers when we're not being nourished by the holy waters, when we're not receiving that. And this is the abundance itself, the Nine of Cups, overflowing love, overflowing answering of your wishes, your desires, your deepest heart's desires, not necessarily your most superficial ego desires, but don't be mistaken, the deep nourishment that we mean here will eventually also manifest in all the things of the world, because they're connected to the same source. But it's not an isolated question of material things. It's the material things that for uniquely you are connected to your union space. Well, that was kind of clear as well. That was like, bam. It's like the theme is really clear. You need to receive, open, be nourished. And if that moves old emotions out of you, then cry and sleep as long as you need. Of course, do the true twin flame inner work to make this all happen, right? That's your safest bet to go with all of this in the right direction. Finding union for you together in that place where we all receive. Let's get an angel card, angel answer card. Or like, I don't know, like at least one? Okay, well, this one? No. So if there is an unconscious no somewhere, there is something better for you out there when we have sort of received what that is, the unconscious no. So don't stop the inner work, just keep on going. Look for a sign that you're going in the right direction to heal the unconscious no to the receiving. Let's get a spiritual wisdom card that I will again translate for us on the fly. God is closer by than my most intimate thoughts. We're just overlooking union. It is already here. You just haven't received it because there are unconscious no's around it. And let's get a psychological insight card as well. All right. By completely and utterly live through and process my sadness, my grief, I will soar over it. Eventually, I will rise like a phoenix out of my grief. All right, so by accident, I left one psychological insight card on the table. I didn't take it in, so let's look at that one. I let the past go. by asking myself in contact with the other person, who are you today? Who are you today? Well, that's about the sharing of finding your union together. Maybe you're afraid of that. Because what if this person that I'm going to find my union together with represents some sort of an aspect of me or of relating in my life that I don't like? But that's just a projection of my past, and I can let that go and tune into something else, another mentality, by asking myself in that connection, who are you today? Who are you now? Which is also a question asked to yourself. So maybe that just reveals that this point of that we are holding back the lovers from truly coming together, the union from being formed with all its overflowing abundance, is that we're afraid to go real near God, even though he is much closer than my most intimate thoughts, because we are projecting something that we don't like onto the other person, onto people that are in union, onto the teacher of union, onto the true twin flame. And we need to process that with twin flame inner work, let it go, feel the sadness and the grief so that you can rise from the grief and only ask in the now, who are you? Yeah, that was it. That's it. Feels complete. Ave Maria, gratia plena Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tu, Iesus. Sancta Maria Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen. Salve, Regina, Mater misericordiae, vita dulcedo et spes nostra salve. A te clamamus, exulus filii Evae, a te suspiramus, gementes et flentes in hac lacrimarum vale. Ea ergo, advocata nostra, illos tuos misericordias oculos ad nos converte. Et Iesum benedictum fructum ventris tui, nobis post hoc exilium ostende. O clemens, o pia, o dulcis Virgo Maria, ora pro nobis sancta Dei genetrix udini efficiamur promissionibus Christi. Oremus. Omnipotens sempiterne Deus, qui gloriosae Virginis Matris Mariae corpus et animam, ut dignum filii tui habitaculum effici immeretur. Spiritus Sancto cooperante, preparasti da ut cuius commemoratione letamur, eus pia intercessione ab instantibus malis et a morte perpetua liberemur. Per eiundem Christum Dominum nostrum. Amen. Your next step. Don't forget to actually start the process and jump on the team. Actively come to our community, start doing the correct inner work, and ask the support you deserve through our services so that we can start the relationship that will lead to your harmonious union and beyond. When you're not in a relationship, you're not on the team, and you can't expect the results I'm speaking of. Currently, you are cordially invited to step into the group year course experience. This is the Twin Flame Mystery School you have been waiting for. I am looking for 9 people to step into this abundant opportunity. Twin Flame Abundance Now opens its doors on May the 1st. Start giving so that you can receive. The door closes as soon as I have my 9 people that will be successful in their journey. But first, we dance towards the opening of the door together. See creativeuniverse.earth/abundance now launch, or go to the description box of this video underneath and click the link. The show notes. You can, however, support this ongoing live Twin Flame news as such, make it possible as co-creator. Without your participation and financial gifts, I cannot do anything, because we need to have an energetic and verbal visual exchange for things to make sense and to know what I need to talk about for you. And also, we are on Earth, and that necessarily always works with money as a means to make sacred content actually physically flow. Have influence on the broadcasts. Don't miss out on the behind the scenes experience. Patreon.com/PEJ at Creative Universe, or go to the description box below and click the link. This month, the Patreon subscriber action is 12 weekly key sessions for Twin Flame development for €499 instead of the normal, already favorable price of €700. Normal price $792. If you like this, maybe your friend likes it too, share it with them. I am Petra, in the consciousness state of Harmonious Twin Flame Union since March 2020. Worked with the new Christ Masters on Earth right now to roll this consciousness state out so everyone can enjoy the abundant life with their true Twin Flame soon enough after going in with me right here. Don't search any further. You reached what you were looking for. Om. Amen.